Hello, hello, everyone. Is that plugged in? We are getting after really truly stepping into these impeccable intentions. Intentions are calling us to be intentional. They are calling us to be impeccable. When we get clear and we set those intentions, when we decide and then we align the action to the intention. Unless we are taking action, we are not getting results. We are not seeing new evidence. We are not growing. We are not evolving. We are not building that level of confidence and competency if we are not taking action. So when you set an intention, you have to align action steps to that intention so that you start not only believing that you are living this intention, but you start seeing the result from that intention that you set. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen to drive this home a little bit more, just to use some of these examples. Okay, when you set an intention, when you have an aim or a goal, you need to be able to take the action that aligns to that goal. And when you do that, it's like a Swiss watch and everything is like working. All the gears are flowing together. It's just so easy, breezy, impeccable. Okay. The intention plus the action. Now, in the action place, you can decide from any kind of action step in the universe, right? There could be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of action steps that you could truly think of when you think about some of the intentions. Okay. For today's purposes and in this module with your pen to paper resources, I want you to think about intentions as far as how you want to feel. Obviously, intentions can be goals. It can be like how I want to show up in the world, but it also could be how I want to feel. And we're going to go through some of these. But when you think about that and then you align an action to that, that action is calling you to move through the negative emotion. It's calling you to move through the discomfort, which therefore grows you, which therefore gets you results. You bear fruit and you start seeing evidence of that intention because of that action that's perfectly aligned, impeccably aligned. So I intend to lead by example. My action that I am going to set forth in terms of that intention is I'm going to offer help once a day. Little baby step, little baby action step. I'm going to offer help once a day. I intend to be the most efficient version of me. My action to confirm that intention, to prove to myself that I'm stepping into that intention, that I'm aligning to that intention, is that I'm going to create a list every single day of the top 3 things that I need to do. And the first thing on that list is going to be the most challenging, the hardest, and I'm going to set a timer to do that. So you can see that there's a couple different action steps within the action step. But it's not rocket science, right? It's not this massive, crazy action step. It's pretty babyish, right? But again, if this is not something that you are accustomed to doing, if this is not a version of you who you have become yet, it is going to feel a little uncomfortable. But having that intention and then having that action in alignment to the intention and then showing up for it, game changer. I intend to love unconditionally. The action is to see everyone's heart versus their behavior. I'm just going to like hone in on their heart and know that the behavior is some sort of default thought or trauma or whatever it is. And not necessarily let people off the hook, but I just want to see your heart versus the behavior for 6 months. Now I'm going to quantify this action step, right? I intend to know my worth, and this could also align to the feeling place. I intend to feel worthy. Okay, what's the action? You can only control your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your intentions, right? So therefore, the action is going to be something that you are doing. No one else outside of you is doing it. No one else is giving you, nothing external is going to give you this worthiness. You are taking the action to align to this feeling place. I intend to feel worthy. I am going to celebrate every single risk that I take, and I'm going to make sure I take one a day. I'm going to celebrate the win of it. I'm going to celebrate the lesson of it. I'm going to embrace the lesson of it. I'm going to reflect on the lesson of it. Just that one action step that aligns to a feeling place that you set forth as an intention, but want to really truly feel. I intend to let go. So my action is going to be forego planning anything for a month. I'm done. I intend to stop taking things personally. So maybe my action is I'm going to use the framework and I'm going to write down every time my brain wants to take something personally so I can reflect. Again, this action is not easy. It's not enjoyable. It's something that requires us to step into, exerting more energy. Reflecting takes time. It takes energy. It takes time away from like scrolling, binging Netflix or scrolling on our phone, right? All of these actions are going to get you results. And when they align to your intention, the way you want to live, the way you want to feel, the goals that you've set forth, the values that you've identified in your life, you are going to see these results faster because everything is like a Swiss watch. It's all in alignment and it's just flowing. So I want you to think about what thoughts you are going to take captive that align to the intentions, because again, we can set forth all the best intentions, but if our thoughts and our feelings and our actions aren't in alignment, we are not going to see the results. What anchor thoughts are you going to take captive in terms of this intention? What thoughts are going to propel you to take this action? So let's just use, I intend to love unconditionally. I'm going to see everybody's heart. That's my action step. There are still going to be the obstacles, the 50-50, the people who just want to just challenge you, and the ego just wants to dig its heels and fight back and judge and shame and blame and all the things. When that shows up, we need to find that anchor thought, that thought that we just have like totally like planted ourselves in, so that we continue to take the action that aligns to the intention, right? So I want you to think about how you want to feel, what intention maybe is in terms you can set in terms of the feeling place, what actions that you are going to take that align with that intention. And then I want you to think about the anchor thought that you're literally holding captive in this place of intention and action. What thought is going to keep you in a place where you keep stepping into this action? Seeing everybody's heart for 6 months when the 50-50 shows up and you just want to be like, forget it, you jerks, I'm done with all of you, right? I'm done seeing your heart. It's too exhausting. That's where our brain wants to go. So then we stop taking the action. What thought is going to serve me in this? Everyone has a story. Could be that simple. That is my anchor thought that is going to bring me back. It's the thought I'm going to hold captive so that I can still show up and love unconditionally for 6 months and see your heart instead of your behavior, because I've set that intention. And you are not going to knock me off my boat, my impeccable intention boat, right? Thoughts, feelings, actions, setting that intention, aligning the action, and then deciding the thought that is going to keep propelling you into that action that aligns back to that intention. So it's all just flowing lovely and impeccably. So get after it, and I will see you in the next course topic.